Hey guys, we're back. So we get the frame all shortened up, so she's nice and stubby now. So yeah, we're still waiting on some bolts for spring hangers and stuff, but that's not a big deal. Just working on pulling this fuel tank off. Of course, I still don't have oxygen or acetylene, so real fun to get in there with a zip cut to try and cut them hook bolts off. But so anyways, we're moving that cross member up 15 inches, so our carrier bearing on the front drive shaft will work. And then we're also, because we gotta pull them hook bolts off anyways to do that, then I'm just gonna move this fuel tank. May as well close up this gap a little bit, give us some more room for fenders and stairs up to the walking deck or ladder or whatever you want to call it. But so yeah, that's the plan. So we'll get after pulling this fuel tank off, and I'll come back when there's something interesting to show. Yeah. Alright, well that's not what we wanted to do. Get the fuel tank off. That was kind of a nightmare. There's more fuel than I thought, and my little I built a little cradle there, but yeah, it didn't really work. But whatever, got it off, and I got the holes marked and drilled for the cross member. So it's gonna slide over to those 3 holes from them ones. And then I don't know, got all this ABS crap going on in the one spot here. So what I think I'm gonna do is just skid the fuel tank forward 1 hole, which is 5.5 inches. It's not a whole bunch, but it'll give us quite a bit more room here, so it doesn't really matter. We'll end up with well, I don't know, about 18 inches between the spring hanger and the fuel tank, so enough for a set of stairs or whatever. I'm not 100% sure how we're gonna do it yet, so but that's what we're gonna do with that anyways. I mean, I had to pull the thing off just to access for holes and stuff. I didn't want to drill from the inside. It's a pain in the ass anytime you do that. So yeah, we're gonna skid that cross member forward and throw some bolts in it, and then I'll work on I'm gonna clean up and paint the frame quick, and then we'll work on throwing the fuel tank. I went out and bought a couple of carbide annular cutters. I got a couple holes to do here, but let's see how these things work. Just doing the holes for the fuel tank. I just moving it over 5.5 inches, whoop-de-doo, but I had it off to drill the other holes anyway, so may as well move it over a little bit, giving us some space for a step. So try that. This is my setup here. Basically, because I'm between that cross member and that cross member, these ones are all tight. She's pinched down on that one pretty good, so I set up just a piece of plywood to hold the jack up and stuff, and then just a bottle jack and a 2x4. And you don't need much, literally just a 1/16 of an inch, just enough so this thing will move. So it's still tight, so we'll give her a crank or two. There, and she fell down, so that's all you need. So I'll get in there and pull that thing into place. Alright, I got all the bolts started. I don't think I'm going to tighten the top ones, just because when I build my walking deck, I'll have a piece of angle on top, so I'll catch these. Well, there's 3 here and the 3 there, so I'll catch those 6 bolts, plus we'll put a couple up here with a chunk of angle laying flat on the frame, kind of like our subframe. We're not doing a full-on oil fill build with a subframe, 3-inch subframe or anything like that. We're just gonna literally throw a chunk of 3x3 angle, or I actually might take the frame rail that I took off this thing and cut a 3x3 angle on it, or out of it, and use that. Just because I got it, and whatever. We'll just run this circular saw down it and do it that way. So anyways, probably not going to tighten the top ones, just because we're going to have to pull them out again later. But we'll tighten up all the bottom ones. But before we do that, we'll take this jack out of here, so we're not torquing on this frame for no reason. So yeah, that works pretty good. I do that pretty much every time. I just cut a piece, that lay it in there as a shelf, throw the jack on top, and do it that way. So, all right, let's get these bolts tightened up quick. All right, we're gonna get these fuel tank mounts back on there. Always seem to struggle by myself, but I prefer working alone, so that's something. I guess my marks worked out. I just measured them by old-fashioned way, no nothing fancy. So probably got way too much fuel in it from doing this, but I'm starting. That's what's happening. That under there, maybe. Fucking. All right, guys. We got the fuel tank all back up there, all bolted on, strapped on, and hooked back up. So that's done. We're gonna throw that front drive shaft and carrier bearing on there, and then we're gonna get a measurement for the back one and see about shortening that one. Got all new bolts everywhere we need. I got all these bolts swapped out. Got the proper ones now. They're yeah, they're all done, torqued up. Got the bump stops back on with the brake line brackets. Pulled the brake lines the rest of the way out because I'm gonna rebuild them, or build new ones all the way from there up to the ABS module down there. So got that front drive shaft put in with steady bearing and everything. Got my measurement for the back one. It's going to be a shorty, 35 inches, which isn't a big deal. We're going to shorten this drive shaft. It's 67 inches long right now. I need it to be 35 from center yoke to center yoke. And then I marked the top sides on both sides so we can get it phased right. I also marked the sides. Basically I clocked it in 3 different positions so we can make sure we get that yoke welded back on perfect. So I've done quite a few of these. They're fairly easy on these. They're not so they're not as finicky as a car or anything like that where you can feel all the vibration. So I mean, you still want to get her good and balanced. All right guys, we're back. I got her all shortened up. I got that 32-inch piece cut out and we got the yoke welded back on there, so we're gonna throw it back in there. All right, we're back. We got the drive shaft in there. Should work out. So the angle's actually really good. I was worried I was gonna have to drop this carrier bearing a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. So that's that. Still need brake lines. I gotta find some somewhere. I'm gonna try a few places yet, but that'll do it for this episode. Like I said, when we come back, well, I guess we'll do the brake lines now. I wanted to get them done in this one, but it's not gonna happen. So we'll do brake lines, and then we'll start making templates and hitch plates and fenders and all that good stuff. So that's it for now. See you next time.